Earth's surface to uncover one of the most astonishing dinosaur discoveries ever made. Unclear. Before we start, like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss our next big story. Long before humans walked the Earth, nearly 60 million years ago, our planet was ruled by giants, dinosaurs. These magnificent creatures roamed the land for over 180 million years, dominating the prehistoric world. Scientists have discovered more than 900 different dinosaur species so far. During the height of the Jurassic period, Earth may have hosted more than 400 billion dinosaurs. But how do we even know they existed? That's where fossils come in. The preserved remains of animals and plants from millions of years ago. These are nature's time capsules, often buried deep within rock layers or seabeds, giving us clues about life before humans. The very first dinosaur fossils were found in strange places, like Norway's Snore oil field, buried 2,250 meters below the seabed. Fossils often break down over time, turning into oil or gas, or simply eroding. But sometimes, just sometimes, something extraordinary survives. Most fossil finds include scattered bones, tiny fragments, rarely an entire skeleton. But in 2011, that changed forever. It was an ordinary workday in Alberta, Canada. Sean Funk was operating an excavator 200 feet below the surface at the Suncor Millennium Mine. The soil was soft until he hit something solid. At first, it looked like a rock, but when he cleaned off the dirt, he noticed something strange. A symmetrical pattern in dark brown clay. Circles, armor plates, something clearly not just a rock. He stopped everything and called his supervisor. Soon, the entire excavation team was staring at this bizarre object, and no one had any clue what it was. That is, until Dr. Donald Henderson from the Royal Tyrrell Museum arrived. A mystery fossil. Dr. Henderson had decades of experience with prehistoric fossils, and he quickly realized this wasn't just another plesiosaur fossil like they'd often found in Alberta. This fossil was something entirely new, something unknown. Experts began carefully excavating the fossil, but they couldn't use traditional electric tools, which could damage the specimen. Instead, they used hydrovaking, a process that uses high-pressure water to loosen the soil, combined with a vacuum to remove debris. After hours of delicate work, the fossil, still encased in a massive block of earth, was ready to be lifted by crane. And then, disaster struck. Shock and hope. As the crane began to lift the fossil, a loud crack echoed through the site. The fossil broke open. Everyone froze. The team feared all their work had been wasted. But miraculously, though it had cracked, the fossil was still intact. It was carefully packed up and sent to the Royal Tyrrell Museum for full analysis. What they found stunned the entire scientific world. Over the next 5 years, museum scientists worked day and night, more than 7,000 man-hours, to separate the fossil from the surrounding rock. And when they finally revealed it, they couldn't believe their eyes. This wasn't a plesiosaur. It was a dinosaur. And not just any dinosaur, the best preserved dinosaur fossil ever discovered. Its skin was still there, a reddish-brown, armor-plated hide that hadn't decayed. Its bones were fully intact. Even the contents of its stomach, its last meal, were preserved. Meet the Nodosaur. This incredible creature was a Nodosaur, a 3,000-pound herbivore covered in thick, bony armor. It lived about 110 million years ago, during the mid-Cretaceous period. Unlike the fierce T-Rex or Velociraptor, this dinosaur was slow-moving and peaceful. grazing on low-lying plants. Scientists even found traces of these plants in its stomach, offering the first ever direct evidence of a dinosaur's diet. Its skin, muscles, and spikes were so perfectly preserved that it looked like it had just died yesterday. A lost world revealed. This discovery didn't just tell us about one dinosaur. It opened a window into an entire lost world. This part of Canada was once underwater, part of a massive inland sea. When the Nodosaur died, it likely sank into the seabed, quickly buried by sediment that protected it for millions of years. Its preservation was pure chance, a miracle of science and geology. The end of an era. Around 65 million years ago, a massive asteroid 10 times the size of Dubai slammed into Earth. The sky turned to fire. Dust clouds blocked the sun. Temperatures dropped. And within months, nearly every dinosaur species on Earth had vanished. But thanks to discoveries like this, their stories live on. Swarverdo. Scientists believe that countless fossils like the Nodosaur still lie buried beneath our feet, waiting to be found, waiting to tell us their stories.
Habitats of the animals that exist now are being destroyed. Thousands of mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians are now in the endangered category or have already gone extinct due to humans. To stop this destruction, a United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity meeting was held in Japan in 2010. 20 biodiversity targets were set to be achieved by 2020. Unfortunately, only 6 of those have been partially achieved. In January 2020, a new Paris-style plan was set to prevent biodiversity and ecosystem collapse. The deadline was set as 2030. Its purpose is to ensure that 30% of the land and oceans are given the status of being protected, to reduce pollution by at least 50%. Scientists have proposed that the extinctions taking place need to be limited to 20 per year or fewer. We'll have to see how many targets can be met. But one thing is certain, that it is important to do these. Because if plants and animal species go extinct now in the same way it happened in the previous extinction events, perhaps it wouldn't be possible for humans to survive. It's interesting to note that as per calculations, humans originated merely 300,000 years ago in Africa, as per the data. Compared to the dinosaurs, who were the dominant species on Earth for 174 million years. We've been here for only 300,000 years, while they lived for 174 million years, 600 times longer than humans. What do you think? Can humans beat the record set by dinosaurs? Or will humans go extinct before they're 1 million years old? Comment below with your opinion. Obviously, the right answer will depend on our collective efforts to save this planet. If you liked this video, click here to watch more such videos on historical topics and science-related topics. If you liked this video, you will definitely like that too. Thanks for watching.